Board games, board games, it's what I'm talking about. Board games, board games, I'm not gonna shout. I am starting off this streaming with a little bit of singing, and today I am going to draw. Some of the things will be quite quick and raw. Maybe some of these things might make me smile, and I'll feel okay for a little while. I'll be drawing some things based on a great sleeping cat. This is a thing that I drew as I sat a year or two ago. It's embarrassing how long ago. And this is for a Patreon that you probably don't know. But while I'm drawing, I'll generally be kind of talking about board games. Board games I might be talking about. Board games, I'm not gonna shout. Hello and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever it is, wherever you are. And I hope that you're generally well, whatever time it is when you're listening to this. I am Bez. This is episode 309 of Bezzy Beats and Board Game Blether. Although, sometimes there's more board game blether than other times. Today it's a bit of an ask me anything. I am going to be just chatting and talking about what comes into my mind. And yeah, I just noticed that Discord was closed. Anyway, sorry, closed that back down. But yeah, going to be drawing catty pictures whilst chatting about whatever. That is what I am doing. So let's start off and talk about some recent highlights, living life and seeing the sights, recent highlights, playing games and other delights, recent highlights. So what have been some recent highlights? Well, I've been reading a bit more Usagi Yojimbo. Where is it? Yeah, this is such a beautiful book. This is the Usagi Yojimbo Saga Volume 6, which I think it has 3 books in it, 2, and the first book in this series is Bridge of Tears. Bridge of Tears is a beautiful story about Usagi, the eponymous hero, meeting someone who's wanting to be taken away from place. Let me take a step back. And at some point, I am just going to spend an entire episode talking about how much I love Usagi Yojimbo. But Bridge of Tears, it's a beautiful, beautiful story. And I love the fact that even though it's been going for decades, it's been going more than 26 years, Stan Sakai doesn't make it unintelligible. Stan Sakai doesn't make it so that there's all this stuff going on, what's going on. Stan Sakai even makes it so that within each comic, it's very approachable, it's incredibly approachable, and you can just jump on at the start of each book. It tells you little bits about the characters, but it's got that slow pace. There are some stories that have arcs, there's some one-off, one-shot things, but it's a beautiful thing. Other recent highlight was having an early night, sleeping a lot yesterday. I slept maybe 5 hours in the afternoon, going to be honest, and yeah, after sleeping 5 hours in the afternoon, I went to bed at a not ridiculous time. I had a bit more sleep. I got up, I think I got up with my alarm at 7:30 this morning, went off for a really nice walk, and I'm really enjoying my resolution, which is to walk before I get online or anything. And I've been listening to Last Games Night on Earth. That was the podcast I was listening to this morning. So that is my recent highlights. If you're watching this, then feel free to let me know what you've been up to recently. If you're watching this after the fact, feel free to let me know what have been some top games you've played. I didn't get to play any games yesterday, I don't think. No games on Wednesday. So the most recent game I played is still Micro Muckle on Tuesday evening. But yeah, how are you? And hello, Rob. It is lovely to have you with me. Figuratively speaking, you know what I mean. I mean, it's not like you're physically in the room, but yeah. If you've played any good games recently or had any recent highlights, let us know. And another recent highlight is that, yeah, just talking about recent highlights, things that are coming up in the not too distant future. I am going to be recording a podcast of Last Games Nights on Earth this afternoon, and then I'm going to be on Akilaverse tomorrow, and then on tomorrow I'm on another couple of podcasts in the evening, doing my own thing in the morning, of course. And yeah, one nice thing was that I chatted to Russ, and we'll be having a wee design meeting next week, so that's good fun. Oh yeah, and yesterday, of course, chatted to Rita Modal and his Creole working on our game. And the game went under some major changes. We started off saying, okay, these things are actually 2 boxes rather than just 1, and that changed everything. But yeah, that was my recent highlights. And now is the time for questionably quick questions. In the absence of many people watching right now, I'm just going to ask myself the regular questionably quick question, which is always very quick, which is, what time is it? Where are you? I am in Glasgow at 10, and it is 10:07. That is the time at recording. It is 10:07 UK time, or 5:07 Eastern Standard Time, or, you know, it's pretty much any o'clock, 07, somewhere in the world. But yeah, this is where I am. And I have, oh, hello, Robert. It is lovely to see you. And if you have any questionably quick questions for me, then please. And oh, hello, Dutch. It is lovely to see you as well. And yeah, I hope that you're generally well. And if you have any questionably quick questions for me, then feel free to chuck them into the thing. You know what I mean? Into the chat box. Whilst you're thinking of those questionably quick questions, let me talk about brilliant thing, what's a little thing which is brilliant? I'm going to say that doing something where there are low expectations or lack of expectations, or being okay with not doing things. So this is a thing I was thinking about in the wee hours last night. I was looking back at my life and thinking about, yeah, person called Sue that said my name was too long and started calling me Beb rather than Bez. They just called me Be. True story. Anyway, and yeah, all people that I've had romantic relationships with in the past, and, you know, thinking about life and thinking about the time when I was going around Thailand. Yeah, that was ages ago. It was an embarrassing amount of time ago. But when I was going around, it was like, yes, I'm drawing. Yes, I'm enjoying life, but there's not the expectation to do something. And it's like, what do you want in life? Sometimes, like we talked about flow, I think it was a couple of days ago, or maybe it was on Tuesday, where we talked about flow, the notion that you want to set challenges for yourself that are achievable but not too difficult. I mean, in the same way that you have a gameplay state of flow, like having these resolutions that I've created for myself and walking around and doing brushing and eating healthfully and doing a few projects. I mean, hopefully it's within my capabilities, but it might be slightly challenging. Do you know what I mean? And that gets you into a sense of achievement. It gives you a sense of fulfillment. But sometimes you can have that sense of fulfillment just being like, hey, whatever I did was okay. whatever I happened to do was okay. But when I look at what I drew last time, I mean, this was me just trying to warm up. And then this wasn't me coming to it with a view of, okay, this is exactly what I need to do. This was me being like, okay, I'll try something, see if it works, see if it doesn't work. Sometimes you have a vision in mind and then you need to get to that vision. Sometimes it's just like, okay, let's meander, let's do whatever. And yeah, they both seem to work. And so having that, I don't want to say low expectations, but lack of expectations. It's not about expecting something bad, but being okay to go with the flow and saying whatever happens is okay. Do you know what I mean? And I think if I can achieve a bit more of that and enjoy things for what they are, that would be really good. Robert says, I've just gotten up, finally had a lie-in whilst on leave. My brain needs to warm up first. That is totally okay. Is there a rule to help with the questionably quick questions? When I teach Dixit and you say to people a clue can be anything, they can freeze up. When I play Dixit online, there are often rules to help. So we might play a game where every clue is a song title or a word starting with G. Sure. Ask me about do I prefer X or Y? That's a easy way to do it. Like, do I prefer lamps or big lights on the ceiling? Or I don't know. Ask X or Y is a good format, or if there's a game that I've made or something that I've done that you'd like to hear a bit more about what went into that, then let me know. I'm actually going to let you ask questionably quick questions throughout the entire show because I'm just going to be doing some more drawing. And let me get to the next. There. You see, this is a blank page. That's what we're working with. And thank you, Stream Elements, for reminding me I am going to turn around. Turn around. Okay. I will answer that in just a second. That is a great question. I see your question. And honestly, actually, this is not even, I don't even need to wait to answer this. I don't even need to ponder this. Dark chocolates all the way. If you've not heard me talking about it, my favorite chocolate is 100% Absolute Black. I know it's a bit bitter, but Montezuma's 100% Absolute Black, and they're not sponsoring me or anything. I just really like their chocolate. And so, yeah, dark chocolate all the way. I mean, for me, white chocolate, yes, it's a sweet treat, but white chocolate's just basically sugar, and I'm not saying it's bad, but it doesn't have the hits of flavor, like the explosion of flavor in your mouth. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I know what you mean. Like, restrictions breed creativity. That is the old thing. Okay, as I start drawing, I am going to take about 2 minutes to set up my workspace. And then while I'm doing that, let me remind you to comment, ask questions. Today, ask whatever questions you want from Like Follow. And that is me. So now I am officially on the main topic. And I'm going to be drawing some stuff vaguely based on whatever. Okay, let me. There, that seems to be a good position. And there's a bit of. Let me get wee bits of water. I don't know why I'm pouring water in. I've not even started doing anything. Maybe I don't want to have the watercolor yet. But I'm going to sit down. Move this camera so you can see me, except for the bit of me that's blocked by this bit. And I will put on the comments so I can see the comments again. Yep, exactly. 70% at least. I am all with you, Antolowy, and it is lovely to see you. 100% agreed. Favorite fruit to go with chocolate, asks Dutch Yoda. Favorite fruit? That's a hard question. Let me go with cranberries, like dark chocolate and then cranberries. It brings out the tartness. It brings out, you know what? I would be interested to try dried apricots with chocolate. I mean, dried apricots, I've never had it, but, and I'm also going to say, frankly, if I'm having chocolates, I prefer salt or, yeah, I like the fancy flavors. Like, what's that Tony's one where they've got actual matcha? When I do recipes, when I do baking, most recipes use dark chocolates, and I keep getting asked to try it with white, and it's not the same. 100%. If you could only use one again, would I use A6 or A3? A6. So A6 would be half of this. A3 it's fun, it's nice, but it's just a wee bit impractical. A6 pads, I could have I used to have A6 pads, and just, you can almost put it in your pockets. It's just really portable. That's the nice thing about small things. Planning to make chocolate brownies this weekend, so need to buy some extra chocolate to go into it, says Rob. And yeah, this is a world where A4 and others do not exist. I totally got that, yeah. A6 all the way, A6. Dark Toblerone, it's okay, but not dark enough. I like Toblerone, but those, I would prefer what's that? Tony's chocolate only, Lindt, Montezuma, Seed and Bean? The one, yeah, UK based one. That's really nice. And Robert just feels like brownies are undercooked cakes with extra steps. Nah, like, yeah, I can sort of get that. Let me do a quick warm-up pictures of, let's put that away. Let's get some big fat marker. Where's my bold marker? That's a medium. That's not bold enough. Should I just go with a bold red? Because for some reason I've got a bold red. No, that's a medium red. I mean, I've got some. Oh, here we go. There we go. And who are you calling a heretic, Ian? Me or the talk about brownies being undercooked things? This is going. So if you've got any ideas for a quick warm-up drawings, then let me know, and I probably will do them in some manner. This is going to be a cat, and yeah, maybe this cat is eating a brownie because maybe there's a big brownie on here, or maybe it's a slice of cake, because why not? All this talk about cake. And this is just a I feel like then okay, start player Robert is the heretic. Yeah, I like soft things. I like the mixture of tastes going on in there. But you know, I was listening to this podcast this morning, the one that I'm going to be on, Last Game Night on Earth, and I shouldn't tell you which games I picked for my top 3 games. It's not really top 3 games, it's 3 games that you would play if it were the last game night that you had. And then if you had a last game night on Earth, what would be your games? I'm genuinely interested to know. I managed to narrow it down to 4, and probably when I record with James, I'm just going to pick something at the time. This is going to be a foxy snaky thing. I don't know what's going to go on here. I just want to have arms for some reason. Oh, there we go. Little snake body. Maybe it needs a... Okay. Pillars of the Earth, Firefly, and Salkin. Oh, I could get behind that. I've only played 2 of those. I've never... Do you want to guess which one I've not played? Maybe I'll... Where's my brush? Maybe I'll start putting on some colour, just for the sake of it. Maybe I'll... What do you think? Maybe some sorts of classic green, or... Put that here. Where's my... I need a bit more kitchen roll. Kitchen roll, it's the way that the water gets absorbed. It's the kitchen roll. That's the thing I like to have in front of me. Kitchen roll, yeah. Let's just put some green randomly in there. Let's see how it turns out. Yeah, Bob Ross is a good person. Like, when I started up and then I was talking about having those mistakes, and like, because that Bob Ross game, isn't it called Pretty Little Mistakes? I've not played it, but it seems like a really nice sorts of principle to have in life. Like, whatever you do, it's okay. Embrace the things. Don't even call them mistakes. It's whatever happens. And honestly, like here, I'm not happy with the way that I wish it were a little bit more in. By the way, you're wrong. I have played Firefly, I have played Salkin, but I've not played Pillars of the Earth. I actually watched, who was it? Scott Nicholson, that's the one. Scott Nicholson doing a review. So Scott Nicholson, great. For the time, it's not so amazing now by today's standards, because let's be honest, video production has improved in the last decade. But Scott Nicholson is like the OG of trying to get video reviews for board games, and that was so good. All the stuff that Scott Nicholson did. I am a big Scott Nicholson fan. I know Scott said that all the time Scott gets these emails from people saying, "Hey, I'm a big fan. Would you review my game?" And Scott saying, "Well, if you were a big fan, you'd know that I've not reviewed anything in basically decades." And so I kind of trolled Scott a bit, I'm going to admit. And I went, "Hey, Scott, I'm a big fan. Would you come out of retirement to review my game?" But no, Scott says, yeah, and on board games, still occasionally has Scott there. But yeah, good times. Scott has started streaming again, in case I didn't know. Huh. Is Scott talking about escape room stuff? I assume that's what Scott would be talking about. True story, I also met, who's the person with the pink hair? Sharon, person with pink hair, does escape room games, dresses in pink. I met them in London. Sharon, no, is it Sharon? Is it, anyway, works with Scott. Oh, wow, Scott does actually do board games. Interesting. I was completely unaware. Thanks for letting me know, Robert. That's actually quite exciting. And Ian has the Pillars of the Earth game. Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly which game I would pick, but I will let you know, and I'm going to give you a very strong potential spoiler for my third pick. So, like, my first two picks were basically between 3 games that I've still not decided, are Um, yeah, couple of games which it's just okay. These are higher player counts, and they work well with loads of people, and that's what I think I would want to have if I had actually last games night on Earth. I think I would want to have as many people as I could and talk to loads of people. But then the final game, if it was actually last games night on Earth, I would basically go for the game that is going to give me the yeah, maximum time, like a really long game that under normal circumstances I just wouldn't play. Something that maybe it even takes multiple days to play. And so I think, yeah, there's something that's fairly legendary that you can probably guess at this point. Two rooms. Two rooms is a good shout, actually. But the rules are unclear. Like, do you get to play it just once? Or do you get to play it multiple times? Because two rooms and a boom, the thing I love about that is the replayability. But in this show, like it's very unclear, I'm going to be honest. So yeah, the host has kind of admitted that they maybe hadn't fully thought through why it's the last games night ever. Like, are you about to die? Are you? And the restrictions aren't super clear, but yeah, I guess talking through the restrictions is kind of going to be an interesting conversation in and of itself. But no, I do really like two rooms, and if I had a games weekend, let's say it had to be one weekend, and I had to pick a game that would get loads of people playing, yeah, absolutely, two rooms and a boom, get people playing that over and over. Good times. Let me, yeah, this cat worked out okay. My rainbow cat. Maybe I should have left the glasses on. I wanted to add a couple more commands. One command was just going to be stop, where I need to stop whatever I'm doing so I don't overwork something, or something where it's like, okay, Bez needs to ask this question. Or if I look at Scott's Twitter feed, Scott Nicholson has links to what he does now. Oh, that sounds really good. So yeah, and let me double check. I love the Pillars games and really enjoyed games with World Without End and A Column of Fire. So it was based on the books in the same series. But no, what the thing that I was thinking for a long game, yeah, just if death says to you, if death is coming up and death says to you, hey, you can have one last game night, just one last game night, but as soon as this game night is done, you are going to go to whether that's Oblivion or Hell or Heaven or whatever. And then what would I choose? Well, I would choose something really long and epic. I mean, I'm surprised no one's guessed it yet. But let's try and get. So now I feel like now I want to just maybe pencil in something and have a little. I wish these were a bit higher, and maybe there's a dog in the front or something. I don't know. Can you see my pencils today? Oh yeah, the lights are marginally better. Let's see how this goes. If I can. You know, it's really, really bad practice what I'm doing here, starting with the dark colors. That's not something that you should really be doing at all. No, it's not Monopoly. I mean, Monopoly can take days, but it could also take a really short time. No, I'm not that. No, you need to do something that's guaranteed to take a long time, something that's guaranteed to take multiple days. Something like, maybe it's even featured in Big Bang Theory as a joke, and it's something that, frankly, yeah, would you ever play it normally? That seems good for the highlights. Now I've got all this yellow on my brush that I don't know, I'm just going to do that randomly. Just get some random yellow in the background. I hate wasting paint on my brush. But anyway. Come on, you can think of something. What is like about 50 days long and yeah, maybe it's not a kind of game. I'm going to say it's not a game that I've played before. It's probably not a game that anyone here has played, but it might well be a game that if you've not, I would imagine that a few of you have heard of it, where its reputation is diplomacy. No, it's not diplomacy. Diplomacy is so short compared to this game. Wow, it's interesting because sometimes you just assume that people know something. So maybe you don't all know this game. I don't know. Maybe you actually don't know this game. Maybe, and if no one guesses it, you'll have to listen to the episode to work it out. To be fair, you'll have to listen to know my other picks anyway. This is my little dog grinning away. It's a rainbow dog. Let's get a little more. Okay. Which was it that one? This one turns out a lot more pink. I mean, if you look at, just to compare, this is the one that I'm using, and look how pink it turns out. It looks really demacker. No, demacker's really short. I mean, demacker's maybe 5 hours. I mean, demacker's an evening. It's not multiple days. No, I've played that. I've enjoyed demacker. I would totally play that again. I could see myself playing it. I wouldn't need to be about to die to play demacker. No, it's not demacker. It's something else. But yeah, if anyone else has any other questionably quick questions, then feel free to ask if you have anything that you want me to ponder. Let me get a wee tiny bit of blue. Is this the right brush to use for this one? Let me check the brushes that I have. Oh, there's my, this is the brush. You're the one and the one and the ones. Ooh, 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 ooh. Lots of old songs, like that song that I was singing just there. It's really all about. Yeah. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Campaign for North Africa, which is meant to be about. Whoops, that slipped slightly. Campaign for North Africa is meant to be about 50 days. So that is exactly what I'm talking about. I have never played Campaign for North Africa, but it feels like it would probably just be. I would really like to try it. And in real life, I don't think I would actually ever give it a go just because there's that much else to do. Do you know what I mean? Because if you're going to spend 50 days on a game like that, that's a really big commitment. I mean, for goodness sake. But if I were about to die now, that's a different situation. And if I know that I'm going to go potentially into oblivion, like this is my last chance to ever see these people, I would want to drag that out as long as I possibly can. So yeah, 50 days, brilliant. This is the last time you will ever get to see me alive. I would hope that I'd be able to find some people to play Campaign for North Africa with me. That's basically it. I'm not going to give any more spoilers, but except to say that I would invite about 60, 70, 100 people, and I'm not expecting all of them to stay for the last game. 1,500 hours. I read 1,200 hours according to Board Game Geek, which is 50 days, but hey ho. Anyway, it's more than a month at that point. You know, yeah, I think the longest games I've ever played, if you exclude role-playing campaigns, I think the longest game I've played is probably Eclipse. What's the longest game you've played? I've enjoyed DMACR. I have definitely had fun with that. I have enjoyed Eclipse somewhat. I didn't think it was brilliant, so yeah, that's this page. I think I'm done with this page. I'm going to... Hello, Bones John. It is lovely to see you. Today, I am drawing some pictures vaguely based on a grey sleeping cat and chatting about nothing in particular. And hello, Xate. It is lovely to see you. 1 year Ultimate Werewolf. Oh, if only. Yeah, you know what? If I could invent something, I was tempted to kind of go into games that don't exist yet and try and make up a game just for the sake of taking a long time, but I don't think Def would be okay with that. I think that, and also I would prefer to play a game made by someone else so I can be like, okay, at the end of this, that was definitely a game that someone else says is good. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway, was just talking about the Last Games Night on Earth show and what you would play if it was your last ever Games Night on Earth. And yeah, let's start something on this page. I don't know what I'm going to start. I'm thinking maybe this one will be in portraits. I'm thinking like a big angry cat, but like this cat is going to be really mutated. This cat is going to have like mottled skin. That's what I'm thinking. This is going to be like, yes, let's see what goes on. And maybe it has human hands just because that's a bit, makes it kind of weird. Okay, this... Is that a tongue? I don't know what's going on here. Is there a tongue just hanging out? Is this some sort of dog cat with the tongue hanging out of the mouth? I mean, cats don't do that. What's going on here? This is just a strange cat. I mean, I did say it was going to be a strange cat. And there we go. And maybe it's got a sort of fishy body. I'm thinking like some sort of fish. Yeah, this kind of works. Okay, where are the future game nights on Earth? Are we leaving to terraform Mars? No, in the show, so it's not the last game nights on Earth for everyone, it's just the last game nights on Earth for you. It's never totally clear whether you are whether you're going away, maybe you've just died, maybe someone has said, okay, you get £1 million, but you're never allowed to play board games again, although I don't know if I would accept that. would I even like someone's like there? Let's imagine there's some weird psychopath who's like, okay, I'm going to kill you if you ever play board games again, and I'll give you £1 million if you don't play board games again. Anyway, so I don't know what's going on with this, and honestly, James, who started the show, doesn't make it entirely clear. But I like to think of it as once you've once you finish this game night, and this game night can span multiple days, so this game night could span months. Once you finish this game night, then you just go to heaven or hell or oblivion or whatever. Anyway, so that's me done talking about that thing. But yeah, what have you been up to recently? People who just jumped in, I hope that you're having a good day. I hope that. Um, have you eaten breakfast so far? I have had. Maybe shoulders should be like a bit higher. There we go. Okay, so I had a bit of cereal. That's an interesting mechanic for a game. Choice to take a large chunk of points in exchange for being banned from other actions for the rest of the game. Huh. That is. Yeah. I guess hypothetical this or that questions can. I think I should have just started with pen. Going to be some eyes. Didn't mean to. I was hoping that would match up, but it didn't quite. Let's get a little catchlight for a wee bit of cuteness. Looks like quite. It's in some sort of anguish. I don't know what's going on. This cat is maybe. Oh, I just realized I could draw like spikes or horns somewhere. That might be fun. Like maybe it's got some horns over here. Yeah, it's got kind of a lizardy tail. It's not fishy anymore, it's more lizardy. There we go. Get in there, yep. Oh, haven't been sleeping the past night, trying to get things ready for the CV, then the interview, now to answer the employment questions. That's really exciting. Well, I don't know how many people are on the stage that you're currently at, but I mean, at the point that they are, talking to you, that's a good sign. It shows that, you know, they're taking you seriously, and all the best with that. Lots of love, Xate, and I guess based on you talking about it at Idle Michael's stream, it's public knowledge that you're applying for this job. Let me know if not. But and but yeah, congratulations. That's awesome. Bones John, I've eaten chicken sandwiches for breakfast. Oh man, that sounds amazing. Yeah, chicken sandwiches. How do you get the chicken? Are you talking like shop bought? I don't know. Are you talking shop bought like sliced chicken, or are you talking like you roasted the chicken yourself and then you cut the chicken and then you're putting it into sandwiches so it's got a good bit of thickness, if you know what I mean? Want some more spikes? Yeah, more spikes, 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 spike, spiky, spiky. Okay, that's feels. Is it even a cat anymore? I don't know. I mean, it's got a catish face, kind of. I really don't know what's going on with this cat. I really don't know if it is a cat. It's catish, and that's enough. It's, yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh, pre. I bought pre-roasted chicken breast, sliced it in half, and added cranberry jelly to white bread. Oh. Oh, I love the typo. I bought I'm oh my lot. Oh, that's yeah. I understand, but no, a lot. I love that idea. Okay, I mean, I'm not saying that I would advise anyone to get pea roasted chicken. Certainly not pea roasted spelt that way. I mean, maybe chickens with actual peas in it, and like little petit pois. Would that work? Probably not. I have roasted my peas. I'm going to say, but anyway, you don't need to apologize or anything. You gave me a lovely laugh. And hey, Dutch, it is your birthday. Don't wear it out. A wee roasted chicken. I never feel like doing the Yoda command since you do it yourself. Yoda's doing it because no one else does it. Oh, that's so sad. I feel like I should get it up on a timer now. So yeah, if you want to give Dutch Yoda some love or some love hearts for the birthday week, I mean, how are you enjoying your birthday week, Yoda? Are you still doing anything special? Wait a minute. The thumb the phone should have been on the more on the side. I'm just kind of yeah, just looking at my own hands. That should have been more like on the sides, like yeah, that's this is all wrong. Oh well. It's a kind of strange mutants. It doesn't obey our normal rules of the way that hands work. So there we go. That is the line drawing. That is my sort of, let's call it a diabolical cat. It is a cat gym, but not as we know it. Where's my fine pen? Oh, this is a super fine. Nah, fine is fine. Let's just get some weird mottling going on. Oh, there you go. It says, oh, this is it. Rob's giving a shout out to Dutch. Thank you. You do it to come into the conversation. I mean, it's me. Do you really think I wouldn't do it? Happy birthday to Dutch. I hope your friends make you feel special today. Remember, the birthday, I think, was on Sunday. So Saturday is the last day of Dutch Yoda's birthday week. So yeah, happy birthday week, Dutch Yoda. Who likes Dutch Yoda the most? I like Dutch Yoda the most, says Xate. Yoda. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh, I will do a quick. Okay, now let me get more into. Let me use the pen for this kind of shading. I'm just going to go really quickly. I'm not going to take like 2 hours over one picture like I did yesterday or Tuesday. Wow, I can't even keep track of the days. That's not a good sign. But yeah, what I've been thinking about how people sort of separate and stuff, and yeah, with most people, that a lot of the time it's down to one person, a lot of the time it's down to the other person. Sometimes it's just that you aren't in the right time for each other at the time. But no, this is thinking about what's the point, and in a way, life being a series of trying to find purpose in life. Yeah, this is making the cat look even more weird. That's exactly what I want. I want this to be the weirdest, slightly. I want this cat to be slightly unsettling. Stuff by Bez. In on a whiskey diet. I've lost 3 days so far. Mm, nice. Nice. Okay. Yeah, what it's the notion of why people might fall apart, or why people might yeah, stop seeing each other, or and there's the notion of, if you don't see someone for like years and years, are you still friends? Or for a lot of people I know, sorry about, there we go, it's back. I mean, there's sometimes the notion of a degradation of friendship, which means that oh, thank you very much, Bones John. I appreciate you saying that. Going to try and finish this cat before 11:20. I don't know. I'm just setting myself a random deadline. So I know that Michael's streaming. I might make this a relatively short one and read Michael near the start. Do you know what Michael's doing today? So this isn't me doing dots in any particular way. Just hey, maybe this cat, maybe this is fur, maybe it's stubble. We don't know what's going on with this cat. I always liked kind of a bit of pointillism. It kind of makes it always looks a little bit eerie to me when things are, oh, what's with all these dots? And it's got that kind of chaotic nature, and at a certain point, it's like, yeah, it's just, hey, Sarah, Sarah, we will carry on and sing a song, though we might not think it's worth doing now. We will carry on and go along, though we don't really know how. And when we face the final curtain, there's not much that is said to be certain. In the end, we might be friends, but death envelops us all. Idle Michael's first 5 minutes are the best. I'm not sure I've ever seen Idle Michael's first 5 minutes. What happens in the first 5 minutes? Why are the first 5 minutes the best? Be interested to know. Just scumbling some vague lines and kind of not really thinking about it too much, just using them to shade and add some texture to here. Yesterday, the last 5 minutes were the best for me. Yesterday, did you manage to overturn? Oh, was that when you won the chat championship? That is such a nice idea that Michael has. And you say the blethering state, but doesn't Michael just blether all the time? I mean, Michael just goes into a bit of a blether about nothing at a moment's notice. I really don't know how we're going to stay on topic tonight. I mean, who's it? Me and Michael and Matthew and Omari Gakil, and we are all people who kind of. I feel like Matthew's probably the most best at staying on topic. But to be fair, I can stay on topic. It's just I normally don't make the effort. Dutch. Oops, that's during the crew game. Huh. Let me. What can I? Where's the light coming from? Maybe the light's coming from this sort of direction. Okay. So that should be. Let's some highlight parts to leave as highlights. And yep. Let me change to the super fine. Okay. Super fine. Super fine. Super fine. This is the so-called super fine. It's not actually that much finer than fine, and it's a wee bit more expensive, but I normally don't bring it out that often, but like once in a while, you're just like, yeah, let's go for some super fine. And that is my cat. I think yep, there we go. I think that is sort of done. Do I colour it in or do I leave it as is? Another question would be a quick question. If you were a contestant on The Masked Singer, I have no idea what that is. So I'm assuming that the Masked Singer, I've never heard of this before. Is this like a wrestling match where you go into a ring and you have a mask so no one knows who you are, but then you sing and then it's kind of like it's like maybe it's like I don't know, one of those you sing a wee bit and then you have it's like a rap battle but with singing. Is that what happens? This sounds really good. And then you've got like there's like fireworks randomly. Oh my gosh, there should totally be fireworks randomly. Yeah. And then it's like, in this corner, we've got coming from the red hot bot. And in this corner, we've got the blue streak with who is the freak? It's the Game Freak. It's a TV singing show where celebrities sing in disguise and we are supposed to guess who they are. It's a surreal joy. Well then, and hello, Shitterpopu, it is lovely to see you. And hey, that means that if I ever go on The Masked Singer, you're going to know who I am. That doesn't seem fair. If the whole point is to guess who they are. Well, I mean, I feel like it should be red, but then if it was all red, people might have a wee bit of an inclination into who it was. I think it would probably be every color except red. It would be every color except red. So it would be kind of purple, it would be pink, it would be green, it would be blue, it would be yellow accents, it would be all jazzed up, it would be red, it would be white, probably not black. Like maybe little black highlights, let's call it. Gold and silver and shiny. And yeah. And Shitty Pop who wants to hear about the wrestling angle that I proposed. See, I think I could make a thing that you wouldn't know. I'm just thinking that maybe someone sings and then the other person's like, whoa, critical KO! And then you kind of you're given a theme and it's sort of like you have to improvise songs based on the theme and then maybe you have to, I don't know, you have maybe you're kind of bad mouthing the other person as well, but everyone's masked, everyone's in disguise, so there's no hard feelings. I think that could be a good show. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think that I could totally disguise myself and make it so that you wouldn't recognize me. See it. Oh, I just realized that I should have made the horns all the colors as well, not just yellow. That's a sad opportunity. I want to make this all the colors. Let's make this all the colors. Okay. Yellow. Going to have a good bits of yellow. Yeah, I think I would probably draw a little bit of inspiration from Emma with the pointless parrots. Like it would be kind of parrotsy, maybe. I'm thinking. But yeah, that would be cool if we had parrots, or maybe you know what? Maybe I would getting something. I feel like I'd want a custom thing just for the show. So in my version, I would have. I'm imagining everyone in balaclavas. Like everyone's got to wear balaclavas, right? And it would be sort of like stars and yeah, just all the lines of the rainbow, but with a focus on green and purple and yellow and pink and blue, but not red, just to confuse people. Yeah, that's what I'm all about. I'm all about the confusion. And then add then each round, okay, with the Masked Singer that I'm talking about, there'd be different rounds, and like one round you need to sing a song about happy stuff, and then in another round you need to make people cry, and it's kind of like people are looking at you, and if you actually get anyone to cry, then I mean, this sounds really horrible, but then you get bonus points, and in the there's rounds where it's like you're trying to make people laugh, and if you basically if you elicit certain emotions during certain rounds, you get bonus points. It's like maybe there's a round where you're actually trying to elicit anger. That would be a weird one, but yeah, this could be it. Lucha la vida loca. I'm gonna sing a song whilst wearing a mask, a motor. I'm singing a song, Lucha la vida loca. Yeah, I think this could potentially be a thing. I think it could. And I'm just kind of starting from the highlights and going down, and I'm just, it's a bit much, but let me use my other brush to kind of blend it in, and now it looks not terrible. That's what I'm always aiming for, not terrible. You see, it's kind of like, as long as it's not terrible, I've achieved something today. Having low expectations, that's what I said right at the start. And what comes after? Maybe a bit of a berry red. Maybe a bit. Maybe a bit of blue here. I think I need some blue. Okay. Yeah, this is working. I think this is pretty much working. It's the Crazy Cat. I really liked Nightwish. I'm old though, so my favourites of their work is Nemo. Cool for them to. Wait, let's see. There's a saying in wrestling that no reaction is the worst reaction, so it works with that to try to tug at strings. Always need a heel to boo and a face to cheer. Ooh, maybe different people. Maybe it's like a Masked Singer audition. So the auditions are where you have to put people through all the different emotions. So you need to try to elicit joy, and laughter. Maybe there should be like 2 or 3 rounds for that one because it makes for better TV, let's be honest. Then you need to have one where you're trying to elicit disgust, another one where you're trying to elicit anger, another one where you're trying to elicit sadness. That would be interesting. And then once you've actually made it through to the finals, then the top, once the entire season is done, and then like the top, I don't know, 16 people become the masked singers, and then it's all just okay. They start off, you don't get the fireworks at the start. You don't get the fireworks if you're just, in the qualifiers. But it's when you're, okay, now you are one of the real masked singers. And yeah, the only bits of Masked Singer I've seen were a few clips of the Finnish version with the singer and the winner, I think, who turned out to be Marco Hietala, the then bassist for the metal band Nightwish. The US version just has a snail turn out to be Kermit the Frog. Huh. And yeah, I don't know Nightwish. Should I check them out? I mean, I'm not going to check them out right now, but should I check them out in an hour or so? You sound like me. I always anticipate disappointment and I never feel let down. Okay, where I think it was this one I was using. I can't remember which paint I was using. Hopefully it's not too different. Yeah, that works. And after the blue comes green, of course. This is how I used to color things, kind of. It's a way of shading. And maybe I'm irresistible. The paint is working okay, I think. It's got some stones. Yeah, I'm happy enough with this. There we go. And maybe tiny bits of blue on those teeth just to add a wee bit of shading. There. Okay. Now let's jump down to the screen. Yeah, that's looking okay. So, Rob says, Nightwish are well worth checking out, particularly live videos. They might not be your sort of thing, but they are spectacular and very good at what they do. I mean, the notion good at what they do isn't that kind of tautology in a sense, though, because I could say, yeah, Rob, you are the best person I know at being you. And I know that's the kind of thing that sometimes people say when you're feeling down. It's like, yeah, you are the best person at being you, be yourself. It can feel trite sometimes. Like, but it's like, yeah, I'm the best person at making yogi. No one else made yogi as well as me, but if you want Euro games, then I'm very bad at it compared to lots of people. But having said that, if let's say I make one Euro game, even if it's not very good, I could then say, yeah, if you want someone to make, let's say my Euro game is called Paper Factory, and it's an actual game about a paper factory. This sounds like a terrible theme, but let's just pretend. And then I could say, well, I'm the best person at making Paper Factory because out of the one person who made Paper Factory, I was the best at it. And yeah, I'm not dismissing what you say. It just seems like a weird one to me. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, maybe I'm with the absence of not much to say, I'm maybe getting a wee bit randomly argumentative. I don't know. Xate says Xate says she could be a pretty good Rob Harper. Think of it this way: in the styles of music they do, they are arguably the best in the world. Wow. I'm not rubbish, but I will pretend I am. Board games. Let's design some. Aqua. I like to watch Twitch. I enjoy crumpets and the spot of tea. Nah, I think you're not as good as being Rob Harper as Rob Harper. But good effort. Good effort. Good effort. Okay. Wee bits of yellow, I think, for the eyes. Oops, that bled out a little bit where I didn't want it to, but hey ho. And piercing eyes that see into your soul. And yeah, what did I say? I said I'd finish this around 11:20, didn't I? And I do have a really not feeling the best, I'm going to say. I'm feeling 3 out of 10. But no, it's always like nice when I'm chatting here and having you all, but don't feel like it's worth extending this too long. That was a bit too dry, that brush. There we go. Yeah, I think that's basically worked. Maybe a little bit more brown for the darkness, especially as we get into the mouth. Lets us darken that up. Okay, is that done enough? Should I stop? Twitch is no idea what Sate is saying. Twitch is Germaning at us again. Bad Twitch. I have no idea. Trying to figure out how a French company can legally hire an American living and working from Germany. Apparently not easily. Well, I mean, you're good at working stuff out, Sate, so I imagine you'll be able to help them negotiate that. So, yeah, let them know that maybe you can help them make that parts easier. I don't know. But no, I really hope that it works out for you. Yeah, I feel like I've done as much on this cat as I should, so that's maybe a wee bit of shadow underneath it. Just needs a quick, some sort of, I don't know what color. Apparently that color, maybe not. Let me grab another color. Let me make it a bit dirtier. Okay, this isn't. Oh, that's terrible. I wish I hadn't done that now. Oh well, too late. Oh man, that's terrible. Okay, so I didn't quite achieve my goal of making it not terrible. But there's some good parts in here. Yeah. It's okay. It's not completely terrible. That's the thing. Yeah. It's not completely terrible. It's kind of worked out. Actually, you know what? We can make it work, just add a bit more to make the hand shadows a bit more similar. Maybe a bit more there, and oh, that was too much water. This paper's going to curl like mad. Okay, that is the end of this crazy cat. And hello, Joanne. It is lovely to see you. So this is a cat that I've just drawn. So what have I drawn so far? I drew this to warm up, which is cat kinds of simple cat with glasses, a snake cat, and a dog thing. And then I've got this kind of, I don't know what to call this, a demonish cat. I want to dry off some of this before I put it to the back. Okay, that is Dragon Cat. Oh, I like that. That sounds more positive. Yeah, Dragon Cat. Thank you. And I'm glad. And Cobra Cat. Yeah. I like Cobra Cat, and Dog is awesome, and I love how this cat has turned out. Thank you very much, Bones John. That's very kind of you. So yeah, I'm going to flip it over. 11:21. Will I do a very quick hat? That is my very quick cat, and I'm going to do some very quick painting on it. I'm going to paint lots of stripes. Where's my other brush? I thought I had another brush. Ah, there it is. It kind of rolled behind. Here we go. Get my thingy. Oh, morning, Alex. It is lovely to see you. I need to think about the fact that when I'm... So, yes, I'm just going to finish this cat and then finish relatively early for myself, because this is my stripy cat. Stripy cat, stripy cat, it's a stripy cat, how about that? Stripy cat, it ain't so fat, it's walking with a pity pat. Stripy cat, it's not so realistic, this stripy cat. And it's yellow, and it's white and black, and there's a little bit of red. And there's going to be every color that I can think of on its head. And all these colors are going to go upon its body. And then in the end there will be a cat painted by me. It's a stripy cat, stripy cat, stripy cat with a pitter pat. Okay, that's the stripy cat. And I'm really enjoying all the love. So lots of love in the chat for Xate and Rob and Alex and aw. Where what do I do next? How about some purplish reds? Let's see how this goes. Maybe this works, maybe it doesn't. But we will find out. Okay, we've got yellow and red. Let's work through the rainbow. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to try and focus on dry brushing for this one. I'm enjoying the dry brushing, and I'm not going to wash my brush super well, although I think I do need a tiny bit more kitchen paper. Okay, so what was next? Bit purplish. Okay, that is the purple going down, trying to keep stripes going on, but also doing a wee bit of shading in a manner of speaking. Let's go with a wee bit of teal. And we will see how this turns out. It's a plaid cat. No, it's not a plaid cat. I'm not doing a plaid cat. My cat Emerald has already come up and gotten in her comfy bed. Oh, that's so cute. And thank you for the photos. Not today, but am I allowed to show them off publicly, Joanne? Let me know. Yeah, I'm going to do one last stream next Tuesday of painting things. And yeah, I might use your photos as reference, depending on how I feel. And if I am, can I show them on photos? Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you for both letting me show the photos and for that compliment. What else? Blue, green. I need some green. Okay, this is going to be a good chunk of green. Maybe the green is on. There we go. There we go. It's the green. Green, green, green. Often associated with being mean and jealousy is an emotion I'm willing to say is in me. It's not the best, but I contest that everybody sometimes is a little green. I would rather not be, but we can't be perfect. I would rather not be, but it's worth it to be green. If that means that you're alive, because we shouldn't try to be perfect or suggest that we should. Yeah, this song's getting a bit dark. I'm not going to finish that. So yeah, that is my cat. I am actually quite chuffed with that cat. Yeah. Green can also mean experienced or keen. Green can mean you're rather keen, you don't have much to show. You've not done much yet, so then you get called green, and it's not a blow. There we go. And this one paw is not on the floor. Hopefully that shading describes adequately where the cat is in relationship to the floor. Maybe a tiny bit. There. Maybe a tiny bit of colour in the eyes. What colour should the eyes be? I will take the first colour that is mentioned. Any ideas? We could have crazy eyes. We could have red eyes or pink eyes or veg is green and food that is lean, as Aquasulis says. You can be healthy. It's eaten by me. Sorry, Alex. Oh, bright green or gold. So bright green was first. So I will go with bright green. think the best green I've got is going to be this one. So yeah, I'm not going to make a wash. I'm just going to dab my brush straight into it and do it there. Classic cat colour. That's the classic colour. There we go. Whoa, it's a rainstorm outside. I'm so glad that I went out for a long walk. Like this morning, I went out for well over an hour. I was quite chuffed with myself. Anyway, that is the end of my drawing. I'm going to stop there. Thank you very much. I'm glad you like it, Joanne. Thank you for suggesting it. It has been lovely having you all, and I'm going to finish early for me to say, yep, let's recap and wrap up. What have I been chatting about? What have I been painting? Where's my cap so I don't leave my pens uncapped? I chatted about Usagi Ojimbo. I chatted about what else did I chat about? I chatted about The Masked Singer, which is not apparently a show about being a luchador wrestler where you kind of have to sing songs to elicit emotions. I painted this page to start off with, which was kind of a warm-up page. And then I painted this page, which I'm actually quite chuffed with how slightly creepy it turned out. And then I painted this page, which is kind of slightly sad, probably reflects my current mood and yeah, just pawing away. And that is what I did today. I was about to have a drink. I'll have a drink in just a minute. So, if you have enjoyed this show, let me make myself bigger. No, that's not the best one. Then please check me out. I am stuffedbybez.com. I'm basically Stuffed by Bez everywhere. So my main website, and I know Donald Dennis says not to say this, but it's not very good. I probably should just get a link tree or something. Or yeah, it doesn't even have my Twitch on it, for goodness sake. But stuffedbybez.com. That will show you a bunch of things. Stuffedbybez.bigcartel.com. You can buy my stuff. Twitter.com/stuffedbybez, where I tweet a lot. Instagram.com/stuffedbybez, where I share a picture every couple of days. Twitch.tv/stuffedbybez, where I stream for the next 91 days at 10 a.m. UK time every day. YouTube.com/stuffedbez for old episodes, and stuffedbez.com/discord will redirect you to that. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you, everyone, for being super lovely. Thank you. I don't want to name names because then I'll just forget people. But honestly, everyone who's been here, who's been commenting along, who's just been gracing me with your presence, thank you so much for being part of it. And it's the final section where I ask, over to you. What are you up to? You can share, but only if you want to. So what would you like to share? Would you like to share something big or exciting or trivial or important or serious or frivolous? Whatever it is, let me know. So what am I up to? As I said, I'm going to be recording the Last Game Night on Earth podcast this afternoon. So that will be shown at some point in the distant future. I am going to have a thing. If you check out my streams on stuffedbybez.com/streams, that will not only show my streams on this channel, but there will also be a link to Omari Akil's channel, which is Akilaverse, and that will be going at 7 p.m. UK time with myself, Idol Michael, Matthew Dunstan, and Omari Akil. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Tomorrow, what am I streaming? Oh yeah, tomorrow I've got semi-co-op. I'm super excited by that. Yeah, I'm chatting to Rachel and Heinze. And then Sunday I'm entering Dutch Yoda. We'll see how that goes and be doing whatever's helpful for Yoda. Reviewing my city and blathering on about that for a couple of hours on Sunday. Meeting Stefan Luca, who is a Romanian unpublished board game designer, just to let them come in, just to have a chat and chat to someone new on Monday. Tuesday, I'll be drawing more pictures. Tuesday evening, doing more things. And Wednesday, I'll be meeting Théo Rivière, who's a French board game designer, known for Draftosaurus and a bunch of other games. And yeah, that is it. If that sounds exciting, please share, spread the word. And if you are here, then please join me in the raid. And so let's talk about what people wanted to share. Joanne says, my emerald was named for her emerald green eyes, but they are light green. Isn't emerald... Is emerald actually dark green? I don't really know the difference. But yeah, thank you very much, Robert. You too. Have a wonderful day. Joanna is going to be making cards for those grieving. Someone in Joanne's community lost a son to cancer. Lots of love and hugs. Yoda, after work, is visiting parents, and they will play the latest expansion for Quacks of Quedlinburg. And remember, of course, happy birthday week, Dutch Yoda. Don't forget to tell Rachel and Heinz about your mishaps about the Netherlands, which are weird since you have so many Dutch. Wait, are they from the Netherlands as well? Are Semi-Co-op from the Netherlands? Are they from the Netherlands? Oh, so wait, they're Dutch. I am assuming that they're Dutch. Yeah, that okay. I don't think I need to embarrass myself more than I will anyway. And so, oh, well, there you go. And so that is, if anyone else has anything that they want to share, then please do go ahead and share it. Otherwise, that is the end of the stream. I am just now going into Twitch to press the buttons Raid, Idle, Mikael, close the sound so there's not the whole thing. And yep, apparently everyone knows where Semi-Co-op is from except for me. Yeah, this is going to shuffle that up and say, yep, let's see. That's what the thing was like yesterday. That's terrible lighting. I don't know why the lighting changes so much. Like, look how it changes so much just from... Anyway, that is my cat. It's not the best cat, especially not when it's bleached out by sunlight. But anyway, for now, that is the end of the show. Thank you very much. Share, spread the word. And the only thing for me left to say is bye, 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye, 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Idol Mikael is a new LDEC game. Bye, bye, bye. No, it's my kinds of how I remember how to spell things. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye-bye. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and yeah, I hope you all find joy and stuff, and bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. Lots of love to you too. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. Well, yeah, that's the end. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Bye, 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 bye. This is another end. Bye, 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 bye. But I'll be here tomorrow, my friend. Bye, 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 bye. For now, this is time to go. Bye, 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 bye. It's the end, but just the end of the show. Bye-bye.